I've given you a little brief background to it, but what I've put together here is, this is the 7P methodology which we're using for all the programs we're rolling out. Quantitative and qualitative programs for various different organizations and companies. So principles, planning, power, players, performance, putting it all to bed, payout or post-mortem. I like to make complicated things really simple. So when I thought about putting together the first ebook and then putting together this current book, I'd like to have a methodology. Maybe that's Sean's an engineer and I'm an ex-lawyer, and we like to think in a linear fashion. So what I've tried to do is create a linear methodology. So for example, principles talks about all those key characteristics that we all have in life, that we use in life, like negotiation skills, selling skills. What is value? How do you use value to your advantage? How is that different from money, etc.? Planning. So the second one is planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So it's very, very important in your deals, even if it's a very quick one-off bargain. Also, for example, in relationships as well, you need to plan for things. So that's critically important. Power is the most important thing, and I don't mean using that in a negative sense, but there are different types of power at play in organizations and dynamics, ranging from networking skills to people skills to informational skills to resources skills, and these are all different attributes to fit into power, and this is critically important. I guess overriding all of this, and what I really wanted to demonstrate from this whole program, from the business that we're creating, is that there are individuals who might like to look at power from a negative perspective and use these things to a negative perspective, but from my perspective, true sustainable deals, everything we do in life really is driven by honesty and lack of ego. That's the critically important thing. You might think you're going to get a quick win if you use dubious tactics, but you're always going to get found out. It's human nature, as John said. So try and always, they talk in 12-step programs about willingness, open-mindedness, and honesty, but above else, honesty. Honesty is critically important in everything we do in life. Personally, professionally, in relation to what we think about ourselves and we do ourselves. So that's really important for me. Players is the fourth P, so this talks about the different sort of players you have in a deal-making scenario. There are all sorts of different players you can have: interpreters, strategists, the deal makers themselves, etc., etc. Then move on to 5, performance, which is the actual deal itself. People call it the M&A process. And then moving on to number 6, putting it all to bed. Dermot has spoken, you spoke at Trinity around this, and some of the key issues. Some people would say this is the drier area of deals, but the key issues around governance and risk and closing your deals and crossing the T's and the dotting the I's. And then finally, payout or post-mortem. You've either done the deal, and that's a great job, or you haven't. And even if you haven't, that can be a good deal.